In the vast expanse of the North Atlantic, a tragic conclusion to the search that's captivated the world's attention. The Coast Guard reporting the submersible that disappeared during a dive to the Titanic on Sunday experienced a catastrophic implosion, killing all 5 people on board.
It is a difficult day for all of us, and it's especially difficult for the families.
The Navy tells NBC News that on Sunday it detected an audio anomaly that, while not definitive, appeared consistent with an implosion or an explosion about the time the sub lost communication during the dive. On Thursday, a Canadian team using a remotely operated vehicle, an ROV, discovered 2 debris fields roughly 1,600 feet from the site of the Titanic.
Essentially, we found 5 different major pieces of debris that told us that it was the remains of the Titan.
The doomed mini-sub rests at a depth of more than 2.5 miles, where the pressure is hundreds of times greater than it is on the surface.
It's one Empire State Building made of lead sitting on top of you at that level.
Overnight on CNN, Titanic director James Cameron, himself a deep-sea diving record breaker, criticized the OceanGate sub's carbon fiber composite design.
The collective we didn't remember the lesson of Titanic. These guys at OceanGate didn't, because the arrogance and the hubris that sent that ship to its doom is exactly the same thing that sent those people in that sub to their fate.
One of the men on board, Stockton Rush, the founder of OceanGate, which operated the sub, addressed those concerns last year.
I've broken some rules to make this. I think I've broken them with logic and good engineering behind me. The carbon fiber and titanium, there's a rule you don't do that. Well, I did.
He was trying to push the technology forward to make it larger submarines to go deeper, so he was taking risks.
Among those lost, famed billionaire and explorer Hamish Harding, French mariner Paul-Henri Nogelet, and Shahzada Dawood with his son Suleiman. Shahzada's sister says her nephew was terrified but went on the journey to bond with his father, adding, while she's devastated by the loss, she's relieved to know they didn't suffer.
To know that my Sully didn't feel a moment's pain, that his brain didn't even realize, that's relief.
Back now to that discussion that the Navy had heard the implosion on Sunday. They did notify Incident Command quickly that they thought they might have picked something up that they wanted to investigate. But Incident Command here in Boston said we still got to treat this as a search and rescue, flooding the zone, of course, with ships just in case anybody survived. And by the way, those sounds that they were hearing on Wednesday, on Thursday, they didn't know what they were. They thought maybe it was tapping. They now say it had nothing to do with the missing sub. It's likely just some of the loud noise you hear all the time in the ocean.
Hoda. All right. And well, Tom, going forward then, who's in charge of this investigation and what will they be focusing on?
Well, that's still to be determined. They need to decide. It'll be an international group that decides who is going to investigate. Canada, the U.S., Great Britain, and France will have a voice in that. Could be a U.S. investigative body. We simply don't know yet. And will they try to recover any of the pieces of the sub? That's yet to be determined as well. But they will clearly focus on that carbon fiber construction. You know, the U.S. Navy, which operates subs, doesn't use that. It doesn't go that deep, of course, but it relies on a metal tube, if you will, a metal hull. It doesn't rely on carbon fiber because it simply doesn't think that you can trust it right now.
All right, Tom Costello for us there at the scene. Tom, thank you.
Hey, thanks for watching. Don't miss the Today Show every weekday at 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 Pacific on our streaming channel, Today All Day. To watch, head to today.com/allday or click the link right here.